Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Start of January, start of 2025. Brand new year, brand new month. Let's take a look at the pens I'm going to be using this month. So my theme this month, they're all pens that won either a Pens in Use month or one of my tournaments last year. So here's my 6 pens I'm starting off with. The other thing I've done this month, 3 of the pens have got Diamine Inkvent 2024 inks in them. The other 3, they've got Colorverse Colorvent 2024 inks in them. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. So join me down on the table, let's jump on in and take a look at these pens. Welcome down to the table. So this month, January 2025, it's going to be all about looking at the pens that won in my various Pens in Use things last year. So the winning pens that we've had. In January, it was the Opus 88 Coloro. February was the Pilot E95S. March was the That Pen Bloke. April was Pilot Custom 823. In May, the Visconti Homo Sapiens. June, Pilot E95S. July, the Kaweco Sport. August, That Pen Bloke. In September, it was the Waterman Carene. October, we had the Pilot E95S. November, the Asvine P20. And December, that was the Bennu Talisman. And the winner of my fountain pen tournament last year, that was the Lamy 2000. So from this you can see the Pilot E95S, 3 times that won. Then That Pen Bloke, that won twice, and all the rest, they won once. So I've had to pick 6 pens from these. Let's see which 6 did I pick. So the first pen for the month, that's going to be the Asvine P20. Love the look of this. I believe it's called Galaxy is the material. Piston fill-in pen. Got an ink window, not a very big one, but it's more than usable. The nib on here, this is a medium nib. In the hand, very comfortable. I really find this a comfortable, pleasant to use pen. Nice length, doesn't need to be posted. You can sort of post it, but it posts just here, so I'm a bit worried that I might end up catching the piston mechanism. So we've got here an Asvine P20 with a medium nib. Price-wise, you're looking at approximately 44 Aussie dollars, so fairly reasonably priced. The ink is by Colorverse, and it's Neptune. Hopefully I can write this and spell it right. Occultation. Bit of a mouthful, that. Now this is a sheen in ink. After we've done the drying times, hopefully we'll see if there's any sheen. Drying times. Now please be aware today with the drying times, they may not be fully indicative. The current temperature is 35 centigrade. I've got my desk fan on, so obviously that's blowing over the paper as well. That will affect the drying times. So immediate. 10 seconds. 30 seconds. There, and that's nice and dry. See the ink? Not really seeing much of a sheen. It doesn't say it's a sheen. Why I did call it out is when I've done my tests earlier on in the week when it wasn't as hot, I was seeing some sheen from here, but not really seeing much coming through at the moment. So that's the Asvine P20. My next pen, the Kaweco Sport. Nice pocket pen. This is the transparent white. I think it might be called coconut. I eyedropper this, so you can see there the ink in here flowing around really nicely. Very small if you don't post it. This is designed to be used posted. Posted, absolutely lovely, really nice. Got there the Kaweco nib. This is a 1.1 nib. What I've done, because I've eyedroppered this, I have put a load of silicone grease around the threads, hopefully to stop any leakage. Last time I used this, I did notice some ink leakage, so I've redone that silicone grease, so hopefully we won't have any problems this time. So we've got here a Kaweco Sport. Lovely colour of this ink. Nice and bright. For me it's summer, this is a nice summery ink. So we've got 1.1 stub nib. Price wise, 45 Aussie dollars. The ink, it's Colorverse. And it's Portuguese. Meteor. Now, according to my notes, this is a shimmering ink or a glistening ink. Drying times, so here's immediate. Fairly quick there, isn't it? 10 seconds. 10 seconds, that's dry. Very, very fast drying. Holding up to the camera, hopefully you can see. We've got some beautiful, like a blue shimmer coming through there. I'm certainly seeing it with my eye. I just don't know if the camera is able to pick it up, but really nice shimmer. So that's the Kaweco Sport. Coming up next, it's that 2 times winner. It's that pen Bloke. It just calls it the fountain pen. The material is called something special, and it is. It's really nice. It is something special to look at. Cartridge converter. There we go. You could potentially eyedropper this if you wanted to. Because there's no way of knowing the ink level, I won't bother with that. Section, glorious size, really nice. The pen, glorious length. It doesn't post, it doesn't matter, does it really? It's so long. The nib, this is a Yoho nib, and on here I've got a broad nib. Really nice in the hand. I love the colouring in here. We've got yellows, we've got browns, we've got reds, we've got burgundy, we've got greens. Loads of choices for ink. So this is that pen Bloke. Just give it a bit of a shake. Fountain pen. I'm shaking it because there's a shimmer ink in here. With a broad nib. I don't mind putting shimmer inks in pens like this because I can easily remove the nib and feed to really give it a good deep clean. The ink is Diamine. And it's salted caramel. Price for this pen, you're looking roughly 190 Aussie dollars when I bought it. That was a couple of years ago now, so it may have gone up in price. So if you're interested, he does have a website, so check that out. Drying times, there's immediate. 10 seconds. Still smudging a tiny bit, 30 seconds. 30 seconds, there we go. That's nice and dry. So that's the That Pen Bloke fountain pen. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. My fourth pen, it's the 3-time winner. It's the Pilot E95S. A little bit bigger than the Kaweco Sport. Still, I think this is like a pocket-sized type pen. Beautiful colour in it. Take off the cap, it just pulls off. It posts exceptionally well. When it's posted, it's a glorious size. I can occasionally get away with this one unposted. It's not too bad. Not perfect, but for a sentence, it's not too bad. If I want to do anything more though, post it. Beautiful. See, if my hands are sticking to the paper today. Cartridge converter. What I do is I refill a cartridge. You can use a COM 40 in here, but when you put it in, you can't actually see the ink level because this is quite deep. So by using a cartridge, I can get an idea how much ink is left in there, and they're easy enough to clean out and refill. We've got on here a 14 karat gold nib. The rest of today's pens are all gold nibbed pens. It's really nice. It's an embedded nib. And it's a medium. I believe the medium is the largest width you can get. So we've got here a Pilot E95S. I believe some parts of the world it's called an Elite. This has got a medium 14 karat gold nib. Very nice nib. It's got a little bit of bounce to it. It's got a little bit of tactileness to it. Just a glorious pen to write with. And wait till you see the price. It's roughly 215 Aussie dollars. It's my cheapest non-Chinese gold nibbed pen. The ink is by Diamine. And it's Cranberry. So this should be a sheening ink. We'll have a look after the drying times. Now remember, with the drying times, it's very hot. So these give you an idea, but depending on the temperature, depending on what's going on in your local weather conditions, depending on the paper, depending on the pen, obviously, they can be different. So here's immediate. 10 seconds. 30 seconds. Still getting a little bit of a smudge. Go on, let's do it. Let's be adventurous. 1 minute. After a minute, I'm actually still seeing a little tiny smudge. So this one seems to be holding up to the heat really well. Can we see the sheen? Yeah, look at that beautiful gold sheen coming through on top of this ink. Very nice, very pretty. There we are. See, hopefully the camera can pick some of that up. So this is the Pilot E95S. Pen number 5. So this was the tournament winner. This is the Lamy 2000. This is the standard Macrolon version. Really nice piston filling pen. Teeny weeny ink window. I struggle to see my ink levels through here, but it's nice to have it there. What I end up doing if I want to see the ink level is I get my camera and zoom in a bit, or I use my loupe. The nib on here is a 14 karat gold nib, and it's a broad, but it writes more like a stub. And from what I've been told, Lamy 2000 nibs do tend to be a little bit on the stubby side. I love it. So in the hand, really nice. Feels very light. It does post. To me, feels a teeny tiny bit back heavy, but not enough to put me off. But it's another pen I can get away using unposted. So we've got here a Lamy 2000 with a broad 14 karat gold nib. This nib is so smooth, a bit like writing on ice. And certainly in this temperature, I wish I could write on ice, I tell you. Very nice. Price-wise, we're looking at $340 Aussie dollars roughly. The ink, it's a Colorverse ink. And it's Supergiant. So this was day number 1. I really like this red ink. And this is the beauty with this Lamy 2000, because it's this, I'm going to call it a dark grey rather than black. You can use any colour ink you want. Drying times, so we go immediate. 10 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds there, and that's dry. So this is the Lamy 2000. This ink is just a standard ink. There's no sheen, there's no shimmer. The last pen the Waterman Carene. This is in marine amber. Beautiful, stylish pen. Very, very nice pen. I love the way it looks. It looks slightly unusual with this end here, doesn't it? It's another cartridge converter. There we go, there's a converter. I like the fact here we've got a couple of O-rings. So as you're putting it on, you get that soft landing. So I get it to where I can feel it. Then I normally just do a little turn as well. So I know that's nice and secure. We've got another embedded nib. This time though, it's 18 karat gold. Slightly different look to it than the E95S's nib as well. We've got this black section. Section to me does sometimes feel a little bit on the thin side. The pen, nice length. Now I'm not sure if it's coming over on the camera. I think it might be. Just here above the nib you can see this is the green sheen from the ink. So it's actually sheening on the actual section. So we've got a Waterman Carene. Now that hard start, I do notice that quite a lot. Once it's right in there, that's it. It's beautiful. So it's a medium and it's 18 karat gold. The price for this pen, roughly 445 Aussie dollars. The ink is by Diamine and it's a Sleigh ride. Got to be honest, this is one of my favourite inks from the whole of the My Inky Countdown. All the inks today, not all of them are favourite inks that I really liked, but they're inks that match the pen. That was what was more important to me. I will be doing a separate video where I go through my favourite inks. Drying times, so immediate, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, yep, still smudging there, 1 minute. After a minute, still getting a teeny tiny little bit of a smear. Now, I don't even need to lift this up for you to see the sheen. It's described on the bottle as an extreme sheen. Just look at that. It looks virtually green from that sheen. And you can see what the base colour is from my swipe. So the base colour, it's like a beautiful, like, I want to call it like a blood burgundy type red. So that's the Waterman Carene. Let's move this out of the way and we'll take one final look at the pens. Here we've got my pen sleeve for the month. We've got Kaweco on there, Baby Yoda. So the pens, we've got the Asvine P20 with Colorverse Neptune Occultation. We've got the Kaweco Sport with Colorverse Portuguese Meteor. We've got the That Pen Bloke fountain pen, which doesn't want to go in. There we go. With Diamine Salted Caramel. Now, I know I didn't show you that. Look at the shimmer on this. Wow. I'm hoping that the camera can pick this shimmer up. It's absolutely chock-a-block full of shimmer. Anyway, we've got the Pilot E95S with Diamine Cranberry. We've got the Lamy 2000 with Colorverse Supergiant. And then we've got the Waterman Carene with Diamine Sleigh Ride. So let's close this up, roll it up, and then put a quick bow in there. So they're the pens and the inks I'm going to be starting January of 2025 with. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. So here's my selection. What pens are you going to be writing with? What inks are you going to be using? How are you picking them? Please drop your comments down below. Let's kickstart the conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.